Hello, I'm just making my dinner. How are you? What this is, and I don't think I've mentioned this before, what this is an idiot, which is me, being filmed by his incredibly beautiful and intelligent daughter, which is Freya behind there. Just rambling on, just shooting on. Now Freya's got a boyfriend from Durham, and so he would understand this. I just shooting on about something. Here we say rattling on. I'm just going to basically just talk about whatever comes into my head about a game I'm about to open and I've received on Kickstarter. And so this is what it's all about. Just basically get my initial reaction to something that's come in the post. So, what we've got here is a box of tea bags. It's not really a box of tea bags. It looks like a box of tea bags though, isn't it? We've all bought boxes of tea bags that look something similar to that. This is a big game in a very small box. And my daughter's reaction will give you an idea of how surprising it is when it all comes out and we see what's in there. And it's a very clever reason why it's a big game in a very small box. And she'll be oohing and ahhing. I know.
So will Buddy as well, got an audience.
Yeah. I've got an audience today, so I'm a bit nervous. So, train games. So there are very many people who love train games. They get very exercised about train games. It's all they want to play. They are very snooty about their train games. They play games like 18XX, which is all maths and algebra, just shooting through their heads whilst they're playing this game. It is so complicated. If you walk into a room with people playing an 18XX game, they will all turn around, like that scene in American Werewolf, where the bloke walks into the pub and the piano stops playing and everybody turns to look at them. That's what happens to you when you go to a conference where people are playing an 18XX game in a room. They don't like outsiders. They're very, very snooty about it. Now this isn't a game like that. Now this game comes recommended by a friend of mine called Craig Taylor, who does a very good podcast called The Train Rush. He loved this game from the very moment it was released. So what is this game? Tokyo Metro. Alexa, can you tell me something about Tokyo Metro, please?
Here's a fact about Tokyo Metro. Tokyo Metro is 14 years old. It was founded in April 2004.
But what about the game, Alexa? This is good, isn't it? She doesn't know about it, so I'm going to have to tell you about it. So my friend Craig Taylor loved this game. It's a game that was released by an American company called, a guy called Jordan Draper, I believe his name was. It cost me $45 to kickstart this. $45, not a lot of money. But you're thinking, $45 for a box of tea bags? It does seem like a lot of money, but we'll have a look at it in a minute. But it's part of a series of games he brought out at the same time called the Tokyo series. There was two other games in it which I think fancied, to be perfectly honest. I only wanted to play the train game because Craig was banging on about it in our group, which is Board Game Trade and Chat UK. And as I say, he's recently done I think it's a podcast where again he bangs on about it. Now the first impression of that, look at that nice and shiny writing, So this is where all the people that love 18XX games will be turning off in their droves. This is not a proper train game as far as they're concerned because there's no maths involved. But it's a medium weight train game as far as I can determine. And the box is lovely, even though there is no tea bags in the box, we think. So why is this a big game in a very small box? We'll put that to the side a moment. It's mainly because this is the board. Right, this is the board. Look at this. This is what we actually will be playing on. So, gradual reveal.
Oh, it's upside down.
Okay. Now,
Act like that didn't happen.
Essentially, mistakes are going to be left in these because I can't be asked to edit them. It's just me going from beginning to an end and basically saying whatever comes into my head. But I'm not seeing that in a moment. But I'm seeing the back of it. But you're seeing that now. Now, that is, again, a very good idea in terms of space saving. Because you can also wear it as a little bonnet. if it's raining outside. So it's dual purpose, it's great. So the reason why we're doing it in here today is because I knew I'd want to lay this out for you to be able to see its presence on the table. So, very colourful. That's my first impression. What do you think of the colours, Fran?
Yeah, very.
Do you know what they
bright.
remind me of? The Crayola colours. Do you remember the crowns? Look at me, Fran, when I'm talking to you. Do you remember because I'm going to ask you an important question in a moment. Do you remember the crowns that used to come when you were a kid? The Crayola colours.
Yeah,
kind of loads
crayons.
Of colours. And you remember you used to put them on the radiator to melt them?
No.
Don't lie to me, I know that was you. It's time you admitted that was you. Anyway, that's what you used to be able to do with the crowns. Crayola crowns. So these colours, obviously the lines are indicative of the different routes that are coming into Tokyo from the various metro companies. So this is a game about controlling stations, moving, using a use. Look at that, that's great, mate. Look at that, I love that. I love the fact that that's not cardboard. Now hopefully that doesn't fray over the years, but if you could basically just fold that up, stick that in your pocket, we'll have a look at the other bits in a minute, but that box is jam full of a big game, because this is quite a strategic big game from what I can work out. Now I'm not going to do a rules video, I don't do rules videos. I basically pitch up to games night and let other people tell me how to play, and usually lose abysmally. But in terms of reading something like this, not really. I'd rather watch a video. So I will go and find a video of how to play this. I think Craig might have done one about a year ago, so I'll try and find that as well. But again, first impressions of colours. Now this is a track that you move up. It's a money track. You can see it's all these are the yen, value of the yen. Let's have a quick look through here. Now I know it's a big game because you have to get to there before you even get to set up. Page 22. So although that may not be the case, it may be that you start in the middle and work your way backwards because of some bizarre Japanese type arrangement in terms of how they read things. But the rest of it is basically in English and Japanese and Korean, I think that may be. But anyway, I'm not an expert. So I'm not going to look at it very much more other than to flick through and see how it catches my eye. It's very pleasing. I like that as a rule book in terms of its presence. It's an oblong and a small oblong like that. That's great. That's reminiscent, back to a larger scale, of the Oink Games manuals and stuff that comes in with that. So that's great. So in here we have, ooh, shiny gold resources tray. Look at that, shiny gold. And little colours for each faction that you'll be playing. So this is a 5-player game. You can play up to 5 players. Playing time, it says on the box, I did spot it and I meant to say it when I was opening it up, and I've forgotten to say so, is 90 minutes, an hour and a half. An hour and a half on a little cloth board. So there's a lot going on in this game in terms of planning moves and claiming areas and claiming stations. I'm really looking forward to playing this actually. Now, you know how I like put things in my mouth, right? To test the quality. Now, what do you think that's made of?
Wood.
I don't think it is. I think it's stone.
Oh.
Look, put on your teeth. What do you think? It's marble.
I'm not so good at the taste test.
Marble. No, I don't know what it is. I think it's some sort of composite, but it's not wood. Is the point I'm making? It's a stone-like substance, which is good. Lovely. That looks very nice actually. Don't want to drop that on the floor and tread on it though, because it'll hurt. So that's good. Look at these little things. These are little things I think are moving up and down here. But look at the colours. There's something joyful about that. There's something joyful about those colour combinations that remind me of being a child. Which was a long time ago. Fran, when I was a child. Britain still ruled the waves when I was a child. We still had an empire. But look at those colours, that lovely, that immediately invites you in. These combinations of bright, crown-like colours. I think that's super, that's lovely. We've got lots of these little cards as well. It's a bidding mechanism, again, from what I can remember having watched the original Kickstarter videos. And these are the different routes. So this would be the G or the Ginza route. I don't know if it is a Godzilla route, maybe. I don't know. What do you reckon? Do you think it might be? I don't know. Probably. And so the only other things it's in the box is some individual little punch-out things, I think, which you punch out.
Money.
This little currencies, little yen. Now I know that other people, basically, I'm not sure if you could have bought metal currency, but I didn't choose to do that because I've got lots of other metal currency now from other games that you can just substitute in. I even bought some old Chinese, actually I know it's a Japanese game, but there's some old Chinese currency I bought that's metal. That's really nice, some bits with little squares in it and as well. So you can substitute that out for other currency, I'm sure. But these are like the equivalent of notes, yen notes. Look at the art on that. It's lovely. So the people have done Jordan Draper, the guy that's done the game, kickstarted the game, is you can see it's a lot of love and care that's gone into this. But the thing that really appealed to me was this cloth playing that, and the fact it's a big game and you fold it up. And I'm not saying I've got big pockets, so look, I could fit it in my pocket, but you get my point. It doesn't take up an awful lot if you're taking it somewhere to take that with you. And look at the inside of that box, you know, little funky robot head and little Japanese symbols. But it's the colour. I think I say this in every video. I really do like brightly coloured games that have some sort of, I don't know, it uplifts you. Because gaming should be a tactile experience, which is why I always like to put things in my mouth as well, just to see what they like. So that's Tokyo Metro. Very much looking forward to it. It isn't going to be as heavy as an 18xx game, but someone who likes 18xx games likes it. So if it is a watered down version of one of those, it may be an entry level game into one of those bigger, real dusty, dry, games that those guys like playing. I'm sure they're lovely. Those guys are lovely, by the way, and I'm sure the game's lovely. But those kind of games don't really appeal to me. It's hard sums, and after I've come home from a day's work of doing hard sums, I don't want to play a game that makes me do hard sums. Do you know what I'm saying, Fred? Do you know? I want something not as light as Ticket to Ride, but something a little bit heavier than that. I don't want to be doing another 3 hours on a spreadsheet to get scoring on a game done. But I've really been looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to actually sticking it onto camera so that you can see the quality of what comes with it. As I say, $45 kickstarted. No idea if it's coming to retail. Probably not. I don't think there was a very large run of these. I think it's possible you'll be, if you like the look of it, be scrabbling around trying to buy it second hand from other people who've kickstarted it. It may be coming to retail, but it being an American company, notoriously American companies like to essentially release in America, not many other places. So it could be one of these games that you can only buy if you have a relative that you're lucky enough to be going to America, and then can fit a little small box in their luggage when they bring it home. But for me, I've got it. I'm looking forward to playing it. I'm looking forward to actually giving it probably a more informed impression of how good it is. But visually, I have to say, it's super. Look at that little bicycle. Look at the bicycle. They have lots of bicycles in Japan, apparently, that you can ride on the metro. There's obviously other little symbols there. I have no idea what that means, but this is not what it's about. So that's Tokyo Metro. So I'm now going to get back to cooking my dinner. I don't really cook my dinner. One of my boys is cooking dinner. It was just a prop to lead me into the video. So hopefully you enjoyed that. I enjoy it because essentially I'm just acting like a fool in front of my daughter, and she giggles and that makes me laugh. And I get to put things in my mouth. Tokyo Metro. Good night.